Hey guys, if your diet consists of pizza, fast food, crisps and beer, then the way you eat could be affecting your brain function. Professional athletes sometimes compare their bodies to race cars and they think of food as being quality fuel, but the same is true of your brain. If you're eating the wrong foods, then you could struggle to focus, you won't think clearly, you'll have trouble remembering things, and that could affect your job. I'm not going to turn you into a celery eating vegan, but if you pay more attention to the foods you eat, then you could improve job performance and even land yourself a promotion. One of the more common issues with a poor diet is brain fog. That is when your thinking feels clouded to the point where you can't focus. You'll find it very hard to be productive and you'll make lots of mistakes. So I've got 5 food habits that will keep you working all day to the best of your ability. Number 1 is very simple: drink water. You only need to be 2% dehydrated before it starts affecting attention and short-term memory. So drink a full glass first thing in the morning, and if you're working late, make sure you're staying topped up through the afternoon. Try and use filtered water if possible, and be aware that if you're reusing a plastic bottle, that's been shown to leach chemicals into the water, so not a good idea. Number 2 is another drink: coffee. Now, everyone loves a coffee meme, but I'm here to argue less, not more. If you have a cup or more a day, then your body will adapt to your caffeine levels, and then when you're without coffee, you'll actually experience withdrawal symptoms. These range from fatigue and headache to irritability and trouble concentrating. The same is true if you have caffeinated energy drinks. So withdrawal can start after 12 hours and last for several days. The bad news is that the more coffee you drink, the worse your withdrawal symptoms can be. When your body's adapted to your caffeine levels, you actually start each day from a deficit, and the coffees you drink only bring you back up to normal productivity. You've probably forgotten what normal productivity feels like because you're so reliant on caffeine. So try and wean yourself off the coffee, reducing it by 1 or 2 cups a day until you don't need any to feel alert. Number 3 is spinach, but really it's any food containing manganese. That's not the same as magnesium, though most people are deficient in both. I've stuck a list down the side here of foods that are high in manganese. Now, you don't need to eat every one of these foods every day, but if you're looking at this list and you don't see anything you eat, then you should try to include some. If you do eat spinach, you should know that the vitamins are absorbed better if that meal contains healthy fats, which brings us on nicely to number 4. Number 4 is fatty fish, but in general we're talking omega-3. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory, which is beneficial for your brain. If you don't get enough omega-3, you could be suffering from inflammatory fats like omega-6, found in things like processed foods and sunflower oil. Walnuts are a great source of omega-3 because they improve your brain signals called neurotransmitters. As long as you get a low enough ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, thought to be 4:1 or less, then you'll be okay. The typical Western diet actually has a ratio of 16:1, so a lot of the general population are working with inefficient brains. Number 5 is antioxidants. The best of these is blueberries. Blueberries help the neurons in your brain communicate with each other. Their high antioxidant levels mean that they prevent some of the mental decline associated with aging. They have the highest level of ORAC, which is a measure of antioxidant power, and they are the best fruit for boosting memory. A diet rich in spinach, blueberries and strawberries was shown to be the most beneficial for brain function and even improved learning capacity. A note on the more popular fruits like strawberries: they are high on the list of foods containing pesticides, so you may consider buying organic. Thanks for watching. This is by no means an exhaustive list, but if you can control these 5, then you're doing pretty well. Cheers.